Okay. I gotta get rid of this. Okay. Wait a second. You can see. Okay, so we're recording now?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to move my fingers, and I'm going to I'd like to ask you if this distance is okay and the speed.
The only issue is that like when you go over here, your fingers are going out. So if you, yeah, that's
Oh, wow, I can see it because I can see my fingers. Oh, that's funny. I'm going to put me on top of your head.
okay.
All right.
Okay. Can you go like a little slower? Okay.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'd like to do a grounding exercise. And first of all, sit back in your seat, plant your feet. Are you open to this? You're open?
Yes.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, grounding, yes. So you can keep your eyes open or gaze downward, whatever is most comfortable for you. Press your feet firmly into the ground. Feel the soles of your feet contacting the ground. Press in a little. Take your arms and just wiggle them a little bit. Feel the space between your fingers. And just stretch them. And then relax. And for grounding, if you feel like you need to, feel free to open your eyes and look at any object that might be new to you. Notice anything new that you've not noticed in this room before. And let me know when you're done.
I'm having a hard time with that because I feel like I look around so much. Okay, I found a spider.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now, listen with your ears. Listen and see if you hear any sounds. See if you can hear two distinct sounds in the room. And one. You can find one.
Okay. I can hear the sound machine outside of my office and hold on. A little tiny dog breath.
Little tiny dog breath. Any smells?
I can smell my tea. It's this type of tea that's like smoked on over fire or something, so it has a really smoky smell.
Okay.
And smell my dog.
Yeah.
It's a good dog smell.
Yeah. And I was going to say, maybe for texture, you might pet your dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Notice what he feels like. And I'd like to do a few breaths when you inhale and through your nose and exhale through your mouth. I'd like you to do your own pace with exhaling longer than you inhale. So inhale, you can count how long that takes you at a normal pace. And then exhale. A little bit longer than inhale. Up to your feet. Push your feet into the ground and just stretch way up. Yeah. Okay. Might be something that you can use. You're starting to feel like you might be leaving the room. We talked about that a little bit. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes. And I think if I can ask for you, the thought of you like bringing that in, I like, and just prompting me feels comforting.
Okay. Good. Yes. Yes. I will do that. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. I will do this. And I just realized that I don't have my headset on, so I'm just going to step over here and get my headset.
Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Whoa.
Too loud. Now I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
That's because I turned that off.
Okay.
Technical transition. All right. So can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Do you remember if on our last video we had headphones on? Because I just want to make sure that the recording will pick up on our sound.
I thought we did. I definitely remember. I had mine on because.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get started on processing the touchstone memory. And I just wanted to clarify and ask you if we've gone over the distance and the speed, right? And also that you're aware of that you can stop at any time. And I'm wondering what kind of signal would you like to use? The stop, time out, any signal you might want to
I'll
use.
just do that.
Do that, okay. All right. When you remember the story that your mother told you about you being able to read the exit sign when you're at the age of stage 3, when you bring up that memory of hearing that story, what image represents the worst part?
I think it's the image of, like, it's a kind of a created memory, but it's like the image of a really little me just feeling like she had to, I guess I'm imagining a little me like creating this ruse to be connected. And that would come out of a feeling of like of insecurity.
What words go best with that picture that express your negative belief about yourself now. We had I'll never be good enough. Does that still fit?
Can you read some other ones that are similar?
Could you pause it while I go and get my list?
Yeah. Sorry.
No, I have it right with me. Jeez. Like, this is like my life right now. So in thinking about this, I'm not good enough. That was one that we did have. Others might be I'm worthless, I'm inadequate. I'm incompetent, but I'm not sure that that one fits. I have to be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. I have to be perfect.
Yeah, that one is like.
Oh,
But that's my answer, right?
well, it's actually a type of cognition. I have to be perfect. I think it's the I have to be perfect. That's a cognition. I think the actual the does that make sense? I think being perfect and the cognition I have to be.
Yeah.
I am, I should, I have.
Yeah. I can see that.
And that the answer would be perfectionism, but the I have to be is around attachment. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so when you bring up that picture, what would you prefer to believe about yourself instead?
In this moment now.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because I was just looking at the who I am is enough script, but I think that's it. It's like, or like I can be a lot of different things.
Because I can be human fit?
What about I can be whole instead of I can be perfect, or I have to be perfect. I can be whole.
All right. When you think of that picture, how true do the words I can be whole feel to you now on a scale of 1 to 7, where 1 feels completely false and 7 feels completely true?
That image,
Yeah.
I get 3, 2.
Okay. When you bring up that image and the words I have to be perfect, what emotion do you feel now?
Sadness.
Mm-hmm. On a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 is no disturbance or neutral, and 10 is the highest disturbance you can imagine, how disturbing does that memory feel to you now?
Say like a 4.
Where do you feel it in your body?
In my chest.
I'd like you to bring up that image and the negative words, I have to be perfect. Notice it where you're feeling it in your body and follow my fingers.
Wait, hold on. I have to bring it up because I got distracted. I have to be perfect. Okay.
Noticing where you're feeling it in your body. What are you noticing now?
I noticed like a growing feeling in my chest and worrying if I was doing it right, which is my answer.
Go with that. What are you noticing now?
Just more worrying, but a little bit more like anxiety in my breathing.
Go with that. What are you noticing now?
I was thinking about last night where I had a moment where I felt like that fear of like, do do I know what to do? Like, and then just trying to trust myself. And like, I can sense there's like something happening inside.
Go with that. What are you noticing now?
Like a deepening feeling and like just this like push pull of sadness, like wanting to be there, wanting to not be there.
Go with that. What are you noticing now?
Um, thinking about wanting to be alone. I feel like I have to be alone to be sad.
Go with that. What are you noticing now?
Some anger coming up at my parents for like feel like me feeling limited in what I can express and still get love and affection.
Go with that. What are you noticing now?
Um, it's like well, wondering and worrying about like the issues in my relationship that have led to where it's at now that have to do with the things that are coming up.
Go with that. What are you noticing now?
It's like kind of airy feeling in my head.
Uh-huh. I don't know if you were aware of it. It almost is like you took a breath to kind of go, stop thing. It's like you took a breath to pull yourself together. Did you notice that?
Yes, and I think part of it is because like after this, I did have a thought about like I still have to meet with somebody after this, and so I did probably
Mm-hmm.
stop myself from going there.
Okay, let's go with that. First time. Okay. What are you noticing now?
I'm just distracted.
Yeah, okay. When you go back to the original memory, what are you noticing?
Um, it's weird, and I've had this before with EMDR when we did it in the training, where like I feel like it's floating away and I can't access it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I close my eyes and I like try to go there, and I actually just something popped into my mind that might be related. Remember when I was like little and my mom was out of town? I all of a sudden was like, I can't remember what she looks like. Like I couldn't call her face to mind.
Mm-hmm. Go with that. What are you noticing now?
Well, I was just yeah, I feel like sad. Like there's this part of my mom that I can't reach and she probably can't reach, and like just that wanting to be close, and yeah.
Yeah. Just let yourself be there with that. Yeah. Just be there.
I'm afraid to go there because, and I've known this in varying ways, but like I guess I have a blocking belief that like if I acknowledge that she has a limitation, then I'll be mad at her, and I don't want to be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's go with that. It's okay to be mad. You can be both.
It can be both.
Mm-hmm. Sad and mad. Yeah. Yeah. Just let it be there. Okay.
It's really big feeling.
Yeah. Where are you noticing it?
I'm noticing, like, I guess just feeling really sad and like that desire to push it away, and then I'm just trying to stay there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go with that. What are you noticing now?
Feeling like a little numb.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Just notice that.
I started worrying about being at work when I had that little sound. I'm gonna close my blinds. Hold on. Okay.
Okay. So what are you noticing now?
I was just like feeling really sad about my partner leaving in like a real like taking responsibility kind of way. Like I pushed away because I'm afraid of losing him, and it's the
Mm-hmm.
same.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same with my mom. Like I'm really just afraid of not feeling wanted and accepted.
Go with that. Mm-hmm. What are you noticing now?
Just feeling a little bit checked out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. It's probably something that you did back then too, huh? It's a way of coping. Be present.
Yeah.
Present now.
Huh?
It might be present now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't. Yeah. Would it be helpful to to look around the room for a minute and
Yeah.
notice notice anything blue, anything white? Take a couple deep breaths. Yeah.
My mom's coming to visit me in a couple weeks, and I asked for her to come. And then last night I was like numb. I think I felt numb about it because it's like all these feelings are under there, like the
Mm-hmm.
conflicted feelings, and I don't always know how to be with them when I'm with her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so glad that this happened so that I can be more aware of them instead of feeling checked out when she's here.
Yeah. 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 I'm going to go with that. Okay. What are you noticing? Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, I thought all my crap was about my dad, but it's not.
Okay. All right. Let's go with that. What are you noticing now?
I keep getting chills down my back, like down my shoulders.
Let's go with that. What are you noticing now?
I'm getting distracted by hoping that I have enough time, and then I started wondering about if we would postpone and just like these future thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Okay. When you go back to the original memory on a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 is no disturbance and 10 is the highest disturbance you can imagine, how disturbing does it feel to you now?
Would say like a 3.
Okay. Let's go with that.
Okay.
What are you noticing now?
I feel like good that my goal is to be whole.
Mm. Okay, go with that. What are you noticing now?
Starting to doubt myself.
Go with that.
Feeling sad.
Go with that. Just let it be there.
Feel like a little woozy and my stomach started grumbling, which I always associate with like feeling calmer because that means that my digestive system is coming online.
Mm-hmm. Okay, go with that. What are you noticing now?
Now I feel like more even, just like attention. Like I think I feel a little bit like okay, I want to be done. Like
Okay. Okay. All right. When you go back to the original memory on a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 is no disturbance and 10 is the highest disturbance you can imagine, how disturbing does it feel to you now?
maybe like a 2.5.
2.5. Okay. All right.
But it feels clearer too. Like I actually, when I first imagined it, I imagined like a still, and then and then I couldn't see it, and now it's like an emotion picture
Mm-hmm. All right. Where do you feel that in your body?
in my head, and also like my stomach is really waking up. It's like feed me. Like there's like some pain too.
Okay. Let's go with that. What are you noticing now?
It's not easy for me to sit with feelings. Start to feel antsy.
Okay. Where do you feel that in your body when you start to feel antsy?
My feet, my like wanting to wiggle around, just like move around in my how I'm sitting.
Mhm.
Move, and I do this a lot, I think,
Mhm.
just to move my hands, kind of like make contact with myself.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if it's something we felt back then. Okay, well, let's go ahead and go with that. All right.
Okay.
Mm. And what are you noticing now?
It's pretty much the same.
Okay. So when you bring up the original memory on a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 is no disturbance and 10 is the highest disturbance you can imagine, how disturbing does it feel to you now?
At 3.
Okay. So we're going to need to end now. And the processing that we have done may continue after the session. And
Gail? Gail?
are you
Oh,
with me?
yeah, I
You
think
got-
my internet was unstable.
Yeah, so what's the last thing you heard?
We're going to have to end now.
All right. So we're going to have to end now. You've done a lot of good hard work today. And I'd like to ask you, what do you think is the most important thing you've learned about yourself or for yourself today?
Wow. Well, I felt like I learned a lot of stuff that I didn't anticipate. I think like that my freezing up is that fear of not being good enough, like and I knew that, but I felt it differently. Like I felt it like I felt a lot of compassion for my mom. I think I could see her in a more whole way
Mm.
in addition to myself. So there's definitely a lot still there that we can work on,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
things are rolling.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you may or may not notice new insights, thoughts, memories, or dreams. And if so, just notice what you're experiencing. And if you wish, you can record it on the Memories and Lives log. You can also use the resources that we've worked on in terms of grounding and containing, grounding and the safe place. We can work on this material next time if necessary. You can call me.
Okay.
So, thank you.
Gail, I feel so thankful. I really appreciated that.
Good. Yeah, it was amazing. is amazing to watch what probably happened back then become present in the room over and over, in terms of when you started to feel it was one way or another, you wanted to not be there,
Yeah.
It was just, it felt too overwhelming, and then you're able to sit with it. So we'll do that some more.
Okay.
You're welcome. Yeah. All right. I got distracted because the ending for this new template that I got doesn't have the what did you learn about yourself, and so it doesn't have the close. It's for once. It just has closure for all.
Like an incomplete session.
Yeah, it says closure for the incomplete session, but then when you go to the end of it, it says closure for all sessions. So it's yeah. So
it worked for me.
Yeah, good. Closure for all sessions. That's what it says. I decided.
Is this the new one?
Yeah, because it says, when it's incomplete, I know that what you say is we're going to need to end now. And, what do you think is the most important thing you've learned about yourself or for yourself today? So I just said that sentence by memory. I'm not sure if it's exactly right. And then you say the processing that we've done, but it's not on this page. So we'll have to mention that. Or maybe it's not supposed to be. Yeah.
Well, I liked that you asked it. Okay. Should I go ahead and stop recording, and then I'm going to actually go to the bathroom and have a few bites, and we can meet back at 1:30. Does that work for you?
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.